Ali Khamenei, a name that echoes through the halls of power in Iran for over 3 decades. Is he the unwavering protector of the Islamic Revolution, or the iron-fisted ruler crushing voices of freedom? In this controversial biography, we'll delve into the life of the man who rose from a humble religious scholar to become one of the most powerful and polarizing figures in the modern Middle East. From surviving assassination attempts to ruling over a nation in isolation, Khamenei's journey is filled with both triumph and turmoil. But beneath the image of a steadfast leader lies a legacy riddled with questions. Has his leadership secured Iran's independence, or plunged it into economic hardship and repression? Stay tuned as we uncover the complex life of Iran's supreme leader, and you decide hero or tyrant. Early life and religious education. Ali Khamenei was born on July 17, 1939, in Mashhad, Iran, into a religious family. His father, a respected Shia cleric, instilled in him a strong foundation in Islamic teachings from a young age. Khamenei's early education took place in traditional religious schools, where he studied the Quran, Islamic jurisprudence, and theology. By the time he was a teenager, Khamenei had begun studying under prominent scholars in the holy city of Qom, including Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, the future leader of the Iranian Revolution. Khamenei's religious upbringing and his immersion in Islamic scholarship helped shape his political views. He became a vocal critic of the secular monarchy of Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi. His opposition to the Shah resulted in several arrests and periods of imprisonment during the 1960s and 1970s. This early defiance against the monarchy solidified Khamenei's image as a revolutionary cleric, dedicated to Islamic governance. The Islamic Revolution and rise to power. Khamenei played a significant role in the 1979 Islamic Revolution that overthrew the Pahlavi monarchy and established the Islamic Republic of Iran under Ayatollah Khomeini. Following the revolution, Khamenei quickly rose through the ranks of the new government, serving in key positions such as Deputy Minister of Defense and eventually becoming the leader of the Revolutionary Guards. In 1981, Khamenei survived an assassination attempt that left him partially paralyzed in his right arm. Despite the injury, his political influence continued to grow. In 1981, he was elected as President of Iran, a position he held for 2 terms until 1989. During his presidency, Khamenei was known for his staunch opposition to Western influence, particularly the United States, which he viewed as an imperialist power interfering in Iran's sovereignty. In 1989, after the death of Ayatollah Khomeini, Khamenei was appointed as Supreme Leader of Iran, a position that granted him ultimate political, military, and religious authority. While he lacked the religious credentials of his predecessor, Khamenei consolidated power by building a network of loyal clerics, military leaders, and political elites. Governance and controversies. As supreme leader, Khamenei has overseen significant changes in Iranian society, governance, and foreign policy. On the positive side, his leadership has contributed to Iran's stability in a turbulent region. He has maintained a balance between the country's military and religious factions, ensuring that Iran's political system remained intact despite various internal and external threats. Under Khamenei's guidance, Iran has expanded its influence in the Middle East, becoming a key player in regional conflicts and alliances. His support for groups such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and militias in Iraq and Syria has strengthened Iran's position in the geopolitical landscape. Khamenei has also been instrumental in promoting scientific and technological advancements in Iran, particularly in the field of nuclear technology, which he has consistently framed as a right of the Iranian people. However, Khamenei's rule has been marred by significant controversies and criticisms. His government has been accused of repressing political dissent, limiting freedom of speech, and suppressing human rights. The Green Movement protests in 2009, following a disputed presidential election, were met with brutal crackdowns by the government, leading to widespread international condemnation. Khamenei's unwavering stance against political reform has also contributed to growing dissatisfaction among younger Iranians who desire greater personal and political freedoms. Foreign policy and isolation. Khamenei's foreign policy has been defined by a deep mistrust of the West, particularly the United States and its allies. His leadership has shaped Iran's doctrine of resistance against Western influence, leading to prolonged isolation from the international community. Khamenei has consistently supported Iran's nuclear program, arguing that it is for peaceful purposes, while critics in the West have accused Iran of pursuing nuclear weapons. In 2015, Iran reached a landmark nuclear deal with world powers, known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA. While the deal was initially seen as a breakthrough in reducing tensions between Iran and the West, Khamenei's skepticism of U.S. intentions never wavered. His cautious endorsement of the agreement reflected his deep-seated belief that the West could not be trusted. This skepticism was validated in 2018 when the Trump administration unilaterally withdrew from the JCPOA, reimposing harsh sanctions on Iran. Khamenei's approach to foreign policy has led to Iran's increasing isolation on the global stage. Sanctions have crippled the country's economy, leading to high inflation, unemployment, and widespread economic hardship for the Iranian people. Critics argue that Khamenei's refusal to engage in diplomatic compromise has worsened Iran's economic situation and strained relations with neighboring countries. Legacy and ongoing influence. Ali Khamenei's legacy is complex and polarizing. On one hand, he has maintained his grip on power for over 3 decades, ensuring the survival of the Islamic Republic in a region fraught with instability. His leadership has cemented Iran's position as a regional power, and his vision of an Islamic society continues to guide Iran's political and social development. On the other hand, Khamenei's tenure has been characterized by widespread repression, human rights abuses, and economic mismanagement. His refusal to allow political reform or engage meaningfully with opposition groups has deepened divisions within Iranian society. Many Iranians, particularly the younger generation, view his leadership as an obstacle to progress and modernization. Despite these criticisms, Khamenei remains a central figure in Iran's political landscape. His ability to navigate the complex dynamics of Iranian politics, while consolidating power in the hands of the clerical establishment, has ensured his continued dominance. Whether his legacy will be remembered as that of a steadfast defender of the Islamic Republic or as a leader who stifled progress remains a subject of intense debate, both within Iran and abroad. As we've journeyed through the life of Ali Khamenei, it's clear that his legacy is far from black and white. Revered by some as the guardian of Iran's Islamic values and sovereignty, yet condemned by others for leading a regime marked by repression and isolation, Khamenei's reign as supreme leader has shaped the course of Iranian history. From his rise in the aftermath of the revolution to his firm grip on power today, his influence is undeniable. But as Iran stands at a crossroads, the question remains: has his leadership strengthened the nation or held it back? Ultimately, history will judge Khamenei's legacy, but one thing is certain: his impact will be felt for generations to come. If you found this deep dive into Khamenei's life thought-provoking, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. What do you think about Ali Khamenei's legacy?